Aria of Sorrow, the third Castlevania for Nintendo's portable system. This game, like other Castlevania games, is similar to Symphony of the Night. That being said, there is so many things to discover, so many things to loot, but here are the 9 facts about Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Number 1. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, or known as Castlevania Minute of Dawn. This is the third and final installment for the Game Boy Advance before they moved on with Nintendo DS. Aria of Sorrow is released on 2003. It is set in the year 2035. Dracula has been long sealed away after a battle in 1999. Number 2. Aria of Sorrow introduces new feature called Tactical Soul. It involves absorbing the souls of enemies to gain additional abilities. Souls are divided to 4 categories: Bullet, Guardian, Enchant, and Ability Souls. Number 3. Aria of Sorrow sales on Japan was not convincing. They only sell 27,000 units nearly 1 month after its release. However, it is not the same on the United States. It sold more than 158,000 units in just 3 months and received several praise from several video game publications, some saying that it was the best Castlevania series since Symphony of the Night.
Aria of Sorrow is the best blend of everything they learned between those 2 games. This game, bar none, the best GBA Castlevania of the trio, came out in 2003.
Number 4. Aria of Sorrow was placed in production alongside Harmony of Dissonance, thus making both games share some gameplay elements as well as programming engine. Aria of Sorrow Tactical Soul has the same uses like relic items. To avoid both games having the same setting, Igarashi set Aria of Sorrow to futuristic setting rather than the previous medieval look. Number 5. The kicker skeleton enemy wears a red scarf and attacks by leaping into the air with its arms outstretched, then delivering a flying kick. These 2 elements are reference to the Japanese superhero Kamen Rider, who is known for his flying finishing move and his red scarf. If Soma acquires the kicker skeleton soul, he will gain a flying kick ability, and the enemy also has a chance to drop a wearable red scarf and ancient belt items. Number 6. The ancient belt alludes to the many belts which give the Kamen Rider their powers. Its description explains that it lends the wearer a positive attitude, a reference to Kamen Rider Kuga, whose belt, the Arkle, was not only an artifact from an ancient civilization, but is also characterized by his unusual, upbeat, and optimistic personality. The ancient belt items looks like the sign nearest Kamen Rider Block's belt, the King Stone. Ironically, neither Kamen Rider Black nor Kamen Rider Kuga wore scarves, unlike many of the early riders. Number 7. In the save room, the Virgin Mary statue stands in the center. There's not much into this, but if you take a closer look on the rubble on the floor, there appears to be a coffin. It is the coffin of a Alucard from the Symphony of the Night. Number 8. Starting a new game in the same slot as the previous completed save data will keep game time, number of obtained souls, all items, all equipments, and all souls, except souls obtained from Soul Keepers and the Kicker Skeleton Soul. Starting the game this way will let someone start with 22 experience. Someone will start with the last save equipment without equipping any souls. Number 9. Completing the game once will unlock 3 difficult modes. These modes can be played by starting a new game in an empty slot using a certain name input. Julius will let the player play as Julius. No Use will let the player play the game with item restriction. No Soul will let the player play the game with soul restriction. Peace out.